What's up, guys? My name is Beastmode, bringing you guys a 26-3 Black Ops TDM gameplay, Tomahawk only, as usual. And today we're going to be doing something that's more by popular request by you guys. You guys have been asking me, how can I get better with Tomahawks? How can I get better at knifing? Do you have any tips? Do you have any advice? And a lot of people have been wanting a Tomahawk tutorial number 2. I know my number one was a big success. A lot of people found that very informative. If you guys haven't seen that, or if you're looking for more of a structured tutorial rather than a gameplay, I'm going to leave that link in the description. You guys can go check that out. Even if you've already seen it, go check it out again. Maybe there's some information you forgot, you could kind of refresh yourself on. But today's going to be more of a food for thought type of video, a general perspective on just one thing. And today we're going to be talking about situational awareness as you're tomahawking. And to me, guys, this is the key to being a good tomahawk player. This is what makes a good tomahawk player. All good knifing tomahawk players have this. It's something that has to just come natural. It's like an instinct. But you got to think about it. At first, if you're not used to this, if you're not quite good at it yet, you're going to have to think about it while you're playing. You're going to have to try and incorporate it into your game style. And what I mean by situational awareness, guys, is knowing where the enemy team is, what direction they're moving, what paths people usually like to take, what paths work for you. Pick up on enemy traits, a certain guy going to the same spot all the time. But not only where the enemy team is, but where your team is, because where your team is influences where the enemy team is, where they're going to be spawning so much. So you got to be aware of not only where your team is, but where the enemy team's at. And because of that, spy plane, counter spy plane, and Blackbird are the 3 best kill streaks for a knife player. You got to have at least 2 or 3 guys on your team at least using those kill streaks. And I know the assault kill streaks, helicopter, chopper gunner, dogs, predator missile, whatever, it's nice, it's glorious, it makes you feel good about having that. But if you want good overall gameplay that's going to help you improve, that's going to help you have solid back-to-back games, counter spy plane, Blackbird, that's going to help your whole entire team. It's going to help you out the most, because when you're tomahawking, if your team is pushing into an enemy spawn and you know the enemy's over there, the stupid thing for a Tomahawk player to do is to rush in there with your team, because you're not a good front-to-front player. We as Tomahawk players are always going to have the disadvantage against any skilled player, whether they be a super noob, if they have a gun, and most players are using guns. The guy with the gun's always going to have the advantage because he's better at a long-range engagement. So pushing face-to-face when the enemy knows you're coming, bad idea. What you want to be able to do is judge where the enemy's at, where they're going to be moving to, and if they're going to be flipping spawn soon, and where they're going to spawn at. And that's something that comes with just playing a lot. You're going to kind of get used to maps, where the spawns are, when they're going to flip. It's just this flow of the game that you kind of have to get used to. And watching my videos, if you guys noticed, a lot of the times I'm not killing people, charging at them, charging into the glory of battle. Like this right here, the team knew where I was at, I was running at them, I was caught, there's not much I can do there. A lot of the times if you guys watch my videos, you're going to see me maneuver around the map, get into the enemy spawn right as they spawn, and hit them from the side or from behind. If you guys really do pay attention, a lot of my videos, I'm knifing these guys in the back, I'm tomahawking them in the back, and that's kind of how the gameplay goes. If you're a good tomahawk player, you don't need to go into frontal engagements. A tomahawk player, you should be able to get to the side, get behind them, and that all comes through situational awareness. So you really got to get used to not just where the enemy team is, but where your team is. Is your team pushing the spawn, or are they kind of sitting back? Because if they're sitting back, the enemy team's just going to keep spawning where they're at. At that point, Tomahawk players aren't as effective. But if your team pushes into the spawn, you know that spawn's going to flip. So what you should do as a smart player is start running to where you know the enemy spawn's going to be, maneuver on the sides of the map, never go through the middle, avoid places, where a lot of people tend to go. If you guys watch this, you're going to know I always go on this snow path on Summit, or I go on the railings on the opposite side of the map. Hardly ever will I run up the stairs through that main building or just run straight up through the main building. I'm always coming through the side just like that, and you're picking off enemies because they don't even know you're coming. They don't know you're there. You're behind them. Look at that bank shot. That's pretty nice. So that's what situational awareness is, guys. And you really want to try and incorporate it into that game, because if you get used to that, you start to understand the game more, you get into a flow. You're going to see huge leaps and gains in your Tomahawking games, your overall gameplay ability. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like the video. My name is Beastmode, and peace out, guys.